Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. I'm Rick Knowles, joined on the telecast by Rob Knowles, our videographers from OutsideGroove.com, Gene Gagne, Sam Zins, and Robbie Knowles. Tonight, Rob, 5 divisions of exciting racing action on tap.
That's right, Rick, and in the modified division, we've got a new point leader for the first time this year. Patrick Dupree, who's the defending track champion, was able to take the point lead away from Martin Roy last week after Martin Roy had a tire go down late in the race. Second place finish last week for Dupree was also good enough for first place in the point standings. He's now up by 10. So role reversal time. We'll see if Martin Roy can hunt down Patrick Dupree and get back in the thick of things on top of the points.
In our interview segment tonight, you'll be talking with Sean Duquette, and it was just 1 week ago that Sean picked up the big win in the Tri-State Series for the Sportsman. $1,000 in his back pocket, and he's looking to go for another one tonight.
Well, we've seen with the Sportsman cars, especially in that 100-lap race last week, that there was a lot of attrition in the race. Some guys with motor problems, electrical problems for some of the different teams. There were some smash-ups and crashes as well, and wrecks that teams had to deal with over the course of the week. So numbers-wise, I think we're about 20 for the Sportsman division, which is down a little bit this week. But nonetheless, the competition has been outstanding all year long in that division. A lot of 2- and 3-wide racing. And Robin Wood, of course, has been the guy that's really been on the move of late. But Sean Duquette was able to get the job done. Those extra distance races are really a thing that he has figured out.
And the big surprise tonight, the weather. This seems like it's the first summer Saturday of the season.
Well, at this point, there's not a hint of a drop of rain. And as the forecast goes, it was supposed to get better as the night goes on. And it's outstanding right now. So we're really hopeful that we won't be dealing with any rain whatsoever tonight, and we're looking forward to a good summer night of Saturday short track racing.
We want to thank Jim Watson from the Watson Glass Company in Milton, Vermont, the sponsor of the Motorsports Magazine program for the 2009 season, as well as the sponsor of the Watson Glass Driver of the Week. Coming up at the end of this afternoon's program, we'll have a selection for the Driver of the Week, and hopefully we won't have a 3-way tie like we had last week, because we're running out of Jimmy's money.
Well, you were real generous giving away somebody else's money. That's typically the case. We had 3 winners last week. 3 different winners you picked.
Well, I picked Bill Joyle, you picked Randy Ledoux, and Gene picked Sean Duquette. So they're all going to get $25 from Watson Glass tonight, and someone else will win it, and we'll have that announcement at the end of tonight's program. So sit back, relax. The interview with Sean Duquette is coming up next, followed by some great racing action here from the Airborne Speedway.
Welcome back to Motorsports Magazine, joined now by last week's winner of the ACT Tri-Sportsman Series, Tri-State Sportsman Series 100-lap feature event. This is Sean Duquette. 100-lap races work pretty well for you.
Yeah, we always seemed to pull it off. That was actually the 3rd one in a row, 4th one overall, and this seems to always happen to I hit victory lane.
What is it about the extra distance races?
I don't know if it's luck or just the car comes along. It happens my way.
You know, sometimes in those longer races, you see drivers start to fall off. They have motor problems, they got electrical problems, they got problems with the tires, and your car seems to stay pretty consistent.
Is it the setup? I mean, I guess a better question is, did you change your setup a lot for the 100-lap race as compared to a regular 25-lap feature?
Pretty much I just changed my stagger a little bit with the air pressure loose, hopefully for a little while, then get tight at the end, and that's pretty much what happened. You just got to pace yourself, and if you get past 2 or 3 times, let off and get behind, and hopefully it'll work out, and it always seems to does work out.
Effective this week, the track has made a change with the gear rule for the Sportsman cars. Can you explain for the motor idiots like myself that really don't understand what the heck's going on in terms of what's under the power plant and the gears and all that? Can you put it in simple terms for us, what the track has done and why they've done it?
Well, actually, it starts next week.
Okay.
We're going to a 543 gear rule because we're running a Chevy spec motor. Comes right from GM, sealed up. You can't touch it. And we were just twisting way too many RPMs for that motor to last. So I guess where we're tacking before with the same gears were around 66. It's way too much. So I guess going to 543 should be tacking around maybe around $6,000. That should be all right for that motor.
So I guess this week then we should expect typical speeds like we've been seeing, but next week should we expect to see cars going a little slower? So from a fan standpoint, we may not notice much of a difference.
You may not, yep. It should be closer racing because everybody's going to have pretty much the same gear.
We're almost 2/3 of the way through the season here. The points have tightened up a little bit near the top. Robin Wood, of course, had a month where he was unstoppable. Based on where you see yourself right now in the point standings, handicap the field for us. Robin Wood, Bucko Branham have been tough. You're in the mix now as well with some of your better runs. How do you see things breaking down the rest of the season?
Hopefully we had a better run than 2 weeks ago. We blew the motor. That really killed me in the points. It's been hard to catch Robin Wood right now. Bucko Branham's been good every week, and we're hoping to catch back up.
What did you think of the experience with the Thunder Road cars coming over? I know some of those guys, based on what I saw on the call of the race itself, some of those guys at times seem to be making some negative things happen out on the racetrack. But what was your experience with some of the Thunder Road drivers?
It's going to be the same for me as going over the Thunder Road. I'm not going to be as good as they are, and I can adjust my car more than they can. They don't know what to expect for a good run, so.
It kind of boils down to like home field advantage, right? If you're in basketball, it's home court. If you're football, it's home field. I mean, you know how to get around here. When you go to Thunder Road, you're kind of, what the heck's going on?
That's true. Yep.
Well, anyways, is that something that you'll do? Will you try that? Will you try the race in New Hampshire first? I think it's Thunder Road first, right? It's the New Hampshire race next?
Yes, New Hampshire first. I'll be there. I think it's in 2 weeks. I'll be there. Yep.
So you'll go for the race at Canaan on the first. And I wonder now if some drivers perhaps will think about not going. When you win here, it really kind of makes the decision for you.
Yes, it is. I mean, you start first. I mean, you might as well give it a try.
All right, well, I know practice is coming up pretty soon. Congratulations on that win last week, and we wish you good luck tonight as well.
Thank you.
Sean Duquette, everybody. Stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazine coming right up.
Row 5, the Professor Bucko Branham and Jimmy Bushy back with his number 11. 10 cars set to run. Second qualifier is under green. From the outside, Wild Bill Sawyer trying to take the lead off turn 2 down the backstretch, and he has it by a nose. Throw a blanket on the field as they still pretty much run side by side from the front of the pack all the way to the back. From the outside to complete lap number 1, it is going to be Bill Sawyer as the leader. Jamie Begor with that new motor under the hood is trying to take the second spot away on the outside, trying to finish the pass. You can see him wrestle that car off turn number 2. He will get the second spot from Sullivan. Third is Danny Sullivan running for Travis Bruno. Travis Bruno wants to move. He takes to the outside with the car number 33, and he will try to go after Sullivan in that third spot. Good racing in the back of the pack as well. Right now, Bucko Branham, he's boxed with the number 20. Don't typically see him out back too long, and now he's got some room to the inside of Larry Underwood. Down the backstretch, Branham trying to pick up position on Larry Underwood. Robin Wood is working on the outside of Rick Frenier in the 61. Robin Wood trying to move up into the top 6. Right now, he has the 6th spot at the stripe, and Frenier runs in the 7th position. Top 6 will pick up handicap. Sullivan's in trouble. He drifts way up the track in turn number 2. Gets a good run, though, off the top of the second turn. Trying to now hang on to the 5th position as Skip Liberty has raced to the inside of Sullivan and taken 4th away, drop kicking Sullivan back to the 5th spot as he works on the outside with the Loire-sponsored number 3 Sportsman. Out front, it is Bill Sawyer. Half a car length off his back bumper is Jamie Begor. Then 10 car lengths back to Travis Brito, who's sideways down the backstretch into turn number 3. Robin Wood tried to get on the binders. Larry Underwood goes off the track. He gets into that beam that's over there. They just put a bunch of tires up in that area earlier in the week, and that brings out a yellow flag. Okay, ready to run on the second qualifier for the JNS Steel Sportsman. We'll get them going again. Here they come off turn number 4 down the front stretch, and there's the green flag. From the outside of row number 1, Jamie Begor will take the lead off the second turn down the backstretch. He leads him into turn number 3. Let's see if Bill Sawyer can come back after him on the inside. From the outside on top of the racetrack, right up to the wall, Jamie Begor down the front stretch. He has the lead by about 3 feet. Begor works on the outside with car number 19. Sawyer not going away. He's on the inside with the number 39. Running in the third spot, it's the 59 of Skip Liberty. Bucko Brandon runs fourth to the inside of Dan Sullivan's number 3, who sits in the 5th position. Side by side, battling it out for the 6th spot as well. Down the front stretch to the stripe, this time almost dead even. It looked like Begor again, but that time it was maybe by 3 or 4 inches. Begor from the outside had the lead. He leads him off the second turn down the backstretch. Bill Sawyer hanging right with him with the Aubuchon Hardware, number 39. Begor from the outside, trying to get a good run off the top of turn number 4, taking it right out to the wall, down the front stretch, and that time by about a half car length, Jamie Begor had the lead. Bill Sawyer, though, still hanging with him. On the charge is car number 20 for the Professor Bucko Brandon. He's trying to get to Skip Liberty's bumper. Liberty running in the third spot. Dan Sullivan, he's got trouble with a 3. He's off on the backstretch, and that's going to move Robin Wood and Rick Frenier up into the top 6. Top 6 cars will pick up handicap for the feature event. You're outside the top 6. You're starting in the back of the pack come feature time. Right now out front, it's Jamie Begor. Second is Bill Sawyer in the 39. Skip Liberty hanging on to third on the outside of Bucko Branham. Branham and Liberty running side by side as they'll race off turn number 4. The white flag is out. Jamie Begor leads by a car length. Bill Sawyer comfortably in second. Good racing action for third. Good racing action for 5th. Frenier and Wood have had a fine battle going on for much of this race for position, and right now Robin Wood has the upper hand. He'll move into that 5th spot. Checkered flag is out. Jamie Begor is going to win it. Second to Bill Sawyer. Third to Bucko Branham on the inside. 4th goes to Skip Liberty. 5th to Robin Wood. And 6th goes to Rick Frenier in car number 77. All right, that's the field. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Greg Atkins, nice job anticipating the start from the outside of row number 1. He's going to take the lead. He's pulling Max MVN with him. Look at Barnaby go. 3 wide, working the rim on the outside. They're flying by left and right. The 26 of Todd Ormsby. As to the inside, the 80 of Andy Haywood moved past, and on the outside, the B3 of Barnaby moved past. Talked to Aaron Barnaby before the racing action. He said that machine really likes the warmer weather. And I was curious to really find out that these machines are that temperamental. He said when the temperature goes up, that car starts going faster. And the B3 was a rocket running in the sunshine and the heat last Sunday as he was able to pick up his first win of 2009 and the second of his career. And you see him running now in the 3rd spot in the TDI repair facility B3. And with the sun out and the heat in the track, trying to charge to the front. Where out front, it is the Atkins Trucking 1 New York for Greg Atkins. The Regal Bakery 25 of Max MVN runs in the 2nd spot. Then it is the B3 for Aaron Barnaby. The 80 for Andy Haywood. Barnaby looking to challenge Max MVN for that 2nd position. But VN for now will hold on to it. Top 4 cars have really pulled away from the 5th place runner. That right now is Kevin Federley in the 57C. He's got Todd Stone working in the G-Stone Motors number 1. Todd Stone looking to fly past on the outside, take that 5th position as they duke it out over in turns 3 and 4. And Todd Stone will move into the top 5, working along the outside of the racetrack. Then it is Federley, Leon Gagno in the 4. Gagno struggling towards the back of the pack with his number 4 machine. He's trying to get that 6th spot away right now from Federley. Out front, Atkins is holding on to the lead. Aaron Barnaby has moved into the 2nd spot. He's looking to the outside of Greg Atkins off turn number 2. Atkins works a lower line into the turn, now drifts up the track, down the backstretch, holding off Aaron Barnaby, who is starting to pull up, starting to bring that left front tire to the back quarter of Atkins number 1 New York, but can't quite get there along the front stretch. Atkins driving a wise line, using up a lot of the racetrack, taking away some of Barnabym's momentum, but now he looks down the inside into turn 3. Barnaby had a peek to the inside, but that line was closed off by Atkins. Max MVN continues to run 3rd with Andy Haywood 4. 2 laps to go for the leaders. They run up along the slower car of Dan Ruprecht. Atkins has to shoot up the track around Ruprecht, and Bartamy very kindly getting on the binders. Otherwise, he would have run right over Atkins in the 1 New York. Atkins was snookered behind the slower car, but Bartamy got on the brakes and gave him a lift, but he's not happy with him. You can see Bartamy working on that back bumper of Atkins, not pleased that he pulled that maneuver, getting around the slower car. Here comes the race for the win. They're wheel to wheel off turn number 4. Drag race for the win down the front stretch. It's going to be Atkins. Second to Bartamy. Third to Max MVN. Fourth to Andy Haywood. Fifth to Todd Stone. Sixth to Leon Gagno. Seventh to Kevin Federley. Eighth goes to Chris Kaye. Ninth to Todd Ormsby. And 10th, Dan Ruprecht in the number 74.
That's your field. Ready to pick up the pace as they come off turn 4. Green flag is out. They're going to take it 3 wide into turn 1. Bordeaux on the far outside. Bishaw in the middle. Prentice drops back on the inside. And Terry Bishaw is going to lead him up the back stretch in the 36. 4 wide action into turn 3. The 08 is off the pace and at the back of the pack. Bordeaux tried that 3 wide move, but mechanical problems took over. And he's going to have to limp it home to the garage area. Up front, your leader, Terry Bishaw, in the old 36. Here comes the 03 moving to the inside, and Speedy's going to move right alongside going into turn 3. Bishaw on the outside. Speedy Brissett on the inside. At the stripe, it's Speedy by a nose. Terry Bishaw trying to come right back on the outside. Jimmy Collins moving up quickly on the inside in the 02. Eli Bishaw moving up outside in the 93. And the 88 of Santillo and the 88-1 of Dustin Chris make this a 6-car battle for the number 1 spot at the halfway point. Speedy Brissett running in the middle groove. Jimmy Collins running on the inside. They are now side by side up the backstretch. They are 3 wide in the battle for the 4th spot. Bishaw running in that 3rd spot all alone in the 36, but they're 3 wide right behind him. 2 to go. Collins sticks his nose in front, coming into turn 2. Speedy trying to come right back on the outside. He picks up the momentum off turn 2, and they are again side by side into turn 3. It's 4 car lengths back to the 4-car battle for the number 3 spot. 1 to go. Collins had a full car length advantage at the stripe that time by. Speedy's going to try to come back on the outside. Now he'll look to the inside as they swing into turn 3. Collins in the 02 is your leader. Speedy right on the back bumper. Dustin Chris has moved into 3rd. That's how the top 3 will finish. Jimmy Collins wins it. Speedy Brissett 2nd. Dustin Chris gets the 3rd spot. Eli Bishaw finishes 4th in the 93. And the 88 of Tommy Santillo will round out the top 5.
Side of row number 4. Back a row, we find the 61 of Dan Dubuque, the 47 for Randy Ledoux, and the 2MM for Metalman. That's the field. There's the green flag. Well, the 29 New York, slow on the gas, coming down to take the green flag, and Keith Pelkey out to a big lead. The inside line trying to move on up. Dave Raptoy's to 2nd. Here comes Lance Raptoy to 3rd. Kenny St. Germain trying to move by on the inside. The 29 almost looks like he's in reverse as he is losing spots left and right down the backstretch into 3 and 4, and now on the front stretch. Out front it is Keith Pelkey in the 24. Dave Raptoy running 2 car lengths off his back bumper. And in a 3-way battle for 3rd, Kenny St. Germain's working down on the inside. The meat and the sandwich is Lance Raptoy. And then working on the outside is Josh Allen in the number 10. St. Germain backed out of it on the inside in car number 40. And that allows Lance Raptoy to come on through to that 3rd spot. Josh Allen running much better in the number 10, works on the outside. There's Nick Haywood in the Camaro number 29. He's trying to come through to the 5th spot. He's got 5th. Kenny St. Germain sliding back a spot. Now he's trying to take 4th away from Josh Allen. Nick Haywood, the points leader, is on the move. He's got 1 win so far in 2009, but right now running in the 4th spot in this qualifier. Top 5 will qualify for their handicap come feature time. Right now, 5th place is Josh Allen in car number 10, but he's got 2 cars that have been fast of late, and they're running right behind him. Kenny St. Germain in the 40, but nobody's been faster in the last 3 weeks than that number 47 of Randy Ledoux. He has won twice in the last 3 weeks, and he's trying to charge into the top 5, pushing Josh Allen almost down the front stretch.
2 to go.
Keith Pelkey leading by a car length. Dave Raptoy is second, and about 8 car lengths back to Lance Raptoy. Nick Haywood running in the 4th spot. Josh Allen right now holding down the nickel position, but they're side by side racing behind him for 6th. Kenny St. Germain in the 40 is trying to come through to the inside and take that 5th position away from Josh Allen. Dave Raptoy closing in on the back bumper of the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Could have a battle for that lead coming on our hands very soon as they race into turns 3 and 4. Pelkey working the middle line, now back down to the inside. Dave Raptoy trying to get to the inside to try to challenge for that top spot. And in the battle for 3rd right now, Lance Raptoy running about 3 car lengths in front of Nick Haywood, who is in 4th. A 3-car battle for 5th continues, and that 5th position is where you want to be to pick up your handicap for the feature. Josh Allen has it. Randy Ledoux wants 5th. He's diving down to the inside, threading the needle, splitting the difference through the middle, and now trying to come to that 5th position as they're 3 wide down the front stretch for 5th. The battle continues all the way into turn number 1 with St. Germain on the inside, Ledoux pulling through in the middle, Allen still working the rim on the outside, too far on the outside, he's up towards the bunker, and now coming back down in front of other cars at the back of the pack. The field races off turn number 4. Checkered flag, yellow flag out. Pelkey wins. Dave Raptoy 2nd. Lance Raptoy 3rd. Nick Haywood 4th. 5th, Randy Ledoux. 6th to Kenny St. Germain.
And on the field, the 24 for Wade Whitney. That's your field. 6 cars will get their handicap. We are underway. Good jump on the outside for Josh Leclerc in the 7. He's going to lead them up the back stretch. But he's got a couple of cars moving in quickly. The 77 of Fountain, as well as the 22 of Chad Collins. The Grape Ape has worked his way into 4th, as both the 75 of Myers and the 31 of Jeanette are off the pace. Chad Collins looks to the inside of the Joey Fountain 77, and the 22 car will take over that 2nd spot. Richner's 21 runs 4th. Josh Laporte is 5th, but looking to make a move on the 21 car. Laporte looks to the outside of the Richner 21. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Josh Leclerc, your leader. Chad Collins, 22, running in the 2nd spot. 3rd spot goes to the Joey Fountain 77. Laporte's 45 is now taken 4th. The Grape Ape runs in the 5th spot in the 21, and your final transfer spot right now goes to the 87 for Curtis Demore. Collins now pulling right onto the back bumper of the Josh Leclerc number 7 as Josh Laporte gets to the inside of the Joey Fountain 77, who is way too high up in turn 3. 2 to go this time by. Josh Leclerc trying to hold off a hard charging 22 of Chad Collins. Collins all over the back bumper of the Leclerc number 7. Chad trying to find room by on the inside, but Josh doing a nice job of keeping his car number 7 right on the bottom of the racetrack. White flag is out. Top 2 cars have separated themselves from the 3rd place car of Josh Laporte. Leclerc leads it. Collins now swings to the outside in turn 3. It's Leclerc on the inside. Collins now swings it back to the bottom of the racetrack. Down the stretch they come. The winner is Josh Leclerc by a nose. Chad Collins gets 2nd. Josh Laporte 3rd. 4th spot goes to the 77 of Joey Fountain. And your 5th and final transfer spot goes to the 21 of Scott Richner.
Nice inverted pass to close it up. If you're interested in learning more about any of Dan's racing endeavors, he welcomes the opportunity to talk with you after his performance. He's just going to fly over to the Air Force Base, land, hitch a ride back, and we'll be in the stands for the rest of the evening.
The front stretch, just past the start-finish line. Not sure if that's plastic or what that might be, but here comes the field charging right at it. Sean Duquette diving down to the inside right before the start-finish line, trying to take the lead away. As everything shakes out, Duquette ended up settling in the third spot by the time they got to turn number one. But now here he comes for second to the inside of Bill Sawyer, trying to take that second spot away. Sawyer trying to hang on to it. But the room is down to the inside, and Sean Duquette's trying to get there. Jamie Begor is leading by a car length, make it two, off turn two. Sawyer is hanging on to the second spot. Tight racing for the second position, 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Here comes Robin Wood charging to the front, working the rim on the outside. Rick Frenny to 77, some bumping and banging going on. Ben Huff getting boxed up in that number 29. Out front it's Jamie Begor. Bill Sawyer still hanging on to second, working on the outside. Sean Duquette running right with him. They run door to door down the backstretch. Duquette in the 18, Sawyer in the 39. Richie Turner has a great view of the battle that's happening right in front of him. Turner runs in the fourth position. But Sawyer is getting the job done on the outside. While the battle for second is ongoing, Jamie Begor is trying to check out on that second place fight that is going on. Sawyer continues to run well off the top of the racetrack. Begor has checked out to 5 car lengths, make it 6 off the fourth turn. And Sean Duquette still wrestling with Bill Sawyer for the second position. They've been running side by side now for the better part of the last 3 laps. Duquette sideways into turn number 1. Lee drifted up the track, got a piece of Sawyer. Contact with Richie Turner, 17. There goes Sawyer going around the 39. The 57 of Stoner gets a piece of it at the back of the pack. Travis Bruno went spinning. I'm not sure if he got any type of contact in the deal, but I think they're going to restart. 10 laps complete, 15 remain. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Sean Duquette working on the outside. Jamie Begor down on the inside. Begor lost the motor this past Sunday. They put a new spec motor in this week, and that spec motor has him out front. But Sean Duquette putting up a challenge on the outside. Richie Turner right there on the inside of turn number 2, running in that third spot. Down the front stretch, Jamie Begor hanging on the lead. Duquette's not going away, though, as he continues to work on the outside. Richie Turner, in spite of the contact that was fairly significant over in turn number 2, running strong and running at speed in the third position. And look who else is moving into the top 5. Robin Wood in the number 61. He continues to inch his way to the front as he moves to the inside of car number 82 and Toby Ebersol. Ebersol had a great race this past Sunday in that car number 82, but Robin Wood blasting through on the inside. The Gunnianka Bingo, Renterek number 61, trying to take that 4th position away. Battle continues out front. Battle is on for 4th. The 17 cradled with side-by-side racing in front and in back. Begor in the 19 leading by almost the length of the automobile. Duquette on the outside, Turner now on the inside, trying to take second away. Sean Duquette drifted up in turn number 2. Richie Turner in the 17 trying to bust through on the inside, trying to take that second spot as Jamie Begor starts to pull away from the cars running in the second and third position. You can see the damage on Begor's number 7, make that Turner's number 17 just behind the right front tire. Had that been a few more inches forward, he'd probably be back in the garage, but fortunate the contact occurred where it did. And Robin Wood trying to hook onto the back bumper of Richie Turner's number 17 and come through to that third spot. 10 laps remain for Jamie Begor. Richie Turner runs in second. Begor working a high line off turn number 2. He's got a half car length advantage over Richie Turner. Lurking in third, Robin Wood down to the inside, trying to wrestle the third position away from Sean Duquette, who is in the number 18. And here comes Robin Wood pulling on through. Wood to third in the 61. 4th is Duquette in the 18. 5th is Toby Ebersol in the 82. 6th, Brian McGinley in the 35. Bucko Branham runs 7th on the outside in car number 20. 8th, it is Chris Reeves in the 00. 9th is Skip Liberty in the 59. 10th is Ben Huff in car number 29. Just outside the top 10, Larry Underwood. He's 11th in the 73. Inside 10 laps remaining for Jamie Begor. His lead is a car length over Richie Turner. He slides up the track off turn number 2. Richie Turner in line. It's still a car length down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Robin Wood trying to close the gap on Richie Turner. We have seen Wood make up considerable amounts of ground, particularly late in races. You think he's out of it, and then all of a sudden with 2 or 3 to go, he's right there. Closing in is Turner. The lead was a car length. It was a half car length off turn number 2. A good run for Bigor down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He opened it back up to a car length. And now down the front stretch, it's still about 1 car length, the advantage between Jamie Bigor and Richie Turner. Turner's lead over Robin Wood is about 3, and he doesn't appear to be making up a whole lot of ground. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Sean Duquette running 2.5, maybe 3 car lengths off the back bumper of Wood in the 4th spot, and then Toby Ebersol running in the top 5 in the 82. Turner trying to get to the inside of Bigor. Bigor has been able to hold on to the lead, now driving a little lower line into turn number 2, and that line really seemed to work well for him as he was able to keep it down to the inside, let the car drift up off turn number 2, and maintain the momentum down the backstretch. A much smoother line for Jamie Bigor that time off 2 that maintained the speed off 2 down the backstretch. Richie Turner a car length and a half now behind. Again, Bigor will work that line. Typically, we've seen the 19 run a middle line around the racetrack, but he has adjusted that off turn number 2, and it seems to be paying dividends because he is pulling away now from Richie Turner. Turner's car falling back. It's about a 3 car length advantage. Inside 5 laps remaining. It looks like next time by, popsicle sticks are going to be out. Jamie Bigor is looking for his first win of 2009 in the number 19. Here they come off of turn number 4. Down the front stretch, Chief starter Weasel Bruno shows them 2 laps to go. Jamie Bigor out of Moores, New York in the 19, leading by 3 car lengths over Richie Turner. Then it's 2 car lengths back to Robin Wood in the 61 and a big gap back to Sean Duquette, who continues to run the 4th spot. Slower car in front of Bigor that will come into play, diving down to the inside Rico Hernandez. So that'll make it easy for Bigor to get by into turn number 2, but for Turner and Wood, they're going to have to pick him off in the second turn, which will slow them down a little bit. White flag is out. Jamie Bigor is going to get his first win of 2009. They put a new motor in. It works this week. Bigor is the winner. Second is going to go to Turner. Third goes to Robin Wood. Fourth to Sean Duquette. Fifth to Toby Ebersol. Sixth will go to Bucko Branham. Seventh to Brian McGinley. Eighth to Chris Reeves. Ninth goes to Skip Liberty. And 10th, Larry Underwood in the number 73.
All right, Rick. Jamie taking the gloves off, about to unbuckle and get his car. We'll get a word with him in just a second. Good run for Robin Wood. He'll increase his point lead with the number 61. Richie Turner, a solid run to second. All right, how about a nice round of applause for Jamie Bigor, everybody? Jamie's out of his car. First win of the year for Jamie. Come on around, Peachy. All right, well, you don't want to blow your motor every week, but you blew your motor this past Sunday and you put another spec engine in there, crate motor in there, and certainly ran pretty strong for you this evening.
Yeah, I got to thank my crew, Timmy and Dean and Brooke, and my wife and friends and family and sponsors. Like you know, we lost the motor last week, and we were fortunate enough to be able to get a new one on Monday and had it running on Tuesday. And get this kind of result is just amazing. My crew, my fans, my sponsors, I mean, thank you to everybody that helps me out with this project we got, I'll tell you.
Richie Turner was running just a few feet off your back bumper for much of the race, especially down the stretch. And then I thought you might have changed your line a little bit going into turn number 2. You were working a little higher line, then seemed to come down a little bit, and that paid dividends. You were able to pull away. Was it my imagination, or did you do that?
No, we did that. I was watching Richie in my mirror there, and he wasn't giving me much space behind me so I could relax. He kept me on the wheel the whole race, and congratulations to him on his second place run.
Well, a nice recovery from you and your team to have the motor go on Sunday and then end up in victory lane on Saturday. It's got to be pretty gratifying. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Jamie Bigor, everybody. He wins the JNS Steel Sportsman. First win for Jamie in 2009.
Track champ, he is the points leader. Here they come off turn number 4. 30 laps the distance. Green flag. Adam Barnamy leading the field. Off turn number 2, Tesser has already picked up 1 spot in the 49. Martin Wild working the rim on the outside. Look at Foley going the inside. Maxim Vienne gets bumped. Vienne got on the binders. He's sideways, backing up the track. Might have got a piece of Andy Kane. We got a yellow. Jason Durgan's involved. Bryant Trim's involved. And we got a yellow on lap number 1. All right, it's a slow pace off 4. Here they come down the front stretch. Hammer down, green flag. Mike Finney trying to take second away from Greg Atkins as they run wheel to wheel down the backstretch. 3 wide, look at Tesseur to the inside. Richard Tesseur picks up 2 spots. Kicks up some of the dirt over there in turn number 3. Could not get past Andy Haywood though, but Tesseur is all the way up to 5th. Martin Roy following him. The Gamache truck center number 90. Mike Wells in trouble. Mike Wells might have got a piece of the 34. Aaron Bartamy in B3 off the pace. He's parked atop turn number 2. Bartamy is stopped atop the second turn. Yellow flag. Yellow flag is out as Aaron Bartamy is parked atop turn number 2. All right, ready to roll again. 1 lap down, 29 remain. Slow pace again off 4. Now the hammer is down. Green flag. Better start that time for Atkins, at least in hanging on to that second spot. Here comes Andy Haywood around the outside. Here comes Tesseur to the inside of Mike Finney. Haywood to 3rd. Tesseur trying to get to 4th. They run wheel to wheel over that 4th spot, almost 3 wide off turn number 4. Out front, it's Adam Bartamy. Greg Atkins running 2nd. Again, Mike Wells drifting up the track, this time right in front of Don Scarborough. Wells off the pace. He's out to the bunker, sideways into 76, trying to hang on to it, getting on the binders, trying to get back out on the racetrack. Everybody takes evasive action, and Wells will rejoin at the rear of the field. A couple of wild laps for Mike Wells in that 76. Out front, Adam Bartamy. 2nd, Greg Atkins. 3rd, Andy Haywood. Mike Finney running in the 4th spot, holding off Richard Tesseur. Tesseur trying to get there in the 49, looking down on the inside, but Finney is holding him off for now. Running right behind Richard Tesseur, it is Martin Roy in the number 90. Too strong. Oh, Finney is off. He's way off the top of the racetrack. He's out into the bunker as well, and he'll lose a spot. Here comes Martin Roy working to the inside of Richard Tesseur, but Tesseur is going to be able to hold him off at least at the stripe. Martin Roy sees racing room down to the inside. Tesseur drifted up the track, maybe a little bit too much. He's going to lose that spot to Martin Roy. Now he'll have to try to chase him down with George Foley coming after Tesseur as well. Richard Tesseur is running in the 5th spot. George Foley made contact with Tesseur coming off turn number 4. The right front tire made contact with the left rear quarter panel of the number 49. Todd Stone is on the move. Whatever changes they made to the 1X, he is significantly faster. He's trying to come to the front. The X of Adam Bartamy leading by 4 car lengths. Make it 6 off turn 2. Greg Atkins is running 2nd. Andy Haywood is 3rd. 4th is Martin Roy. 5th, George Foley to the inside of Richard Tesseur. He will take the 5th spot. Tesseur back to 6th. Here comes the pistol, Patrick Dupree trying to get into the top half dozen. Dupree running in the 7th position. The slower car of Ruprack in front, but Dupree will clear Tesseur, make the pass. Todd Stone is moving. Todd Stone in the 1X closing in on Richard Tesseur. He is trying to quickly work his way to the front. Todd Stone turning some of the fastest laps on the track with his number 1X. Out front, Adam Bartamy. His last lap time, 16.803. That time, a 16.7. But the fastest lap was turned by Patrick Dupree, turning a 16.5. So Dupree about 0.2 of a second quicker. Here comes Martin Roy working the rim on the outside of Greg Atkins, trying to charge to 2nd. Martin Roy had the 2nd spot at the stripe. 10 laps are complete, 20 laps remain. Dan Ruprack down in the infield. Let's see if he can get it off the racetrack to the inside. He will. The leaders are coming up on the back of the pack. Adam Bartamy, who is looking for his first career win in the Ernie's Discount Tools Modifieds, leading Martin Roy, who is closing as we approach the halfway point of this 30-lap feature event. Adam Bartamy's lead is about 6 car lengths. Martin Roy has closed from 10 car lengths to 6. Bartamy going around Neil Provost. Martin Roy still following. George Foley sitting in the 3rd spot. Patrick Dupree charging to 4th on the outside. Here comes Dupree working that right rear tire. He's to 4th in the Greg Norman Estates number 24. Problems for Jim Introne in the number 9. He's trying to roll back to the garage area, and he'll make the crest of the exit ramp and roll back to the garage. The leaders work off turn 4. It's been 10 car lengths. It was 6 car lengths. Now it's down to 3. Adam Bartamy's lead over Martin Roy is shrinking. Roy turning a 16.559 last lap, and here he comes for the lead. In turn number 4, down the front stretch, Martin Roy has taken the lead away from Adam Bartamy. Martin Roy takes the lead from Adam Bartamy. On lap 16, Martin Roy has become the new race leader. Bartamy running in the second spot, George Foley running third, Patrick Dupree running in the fourth spot. The race for fifth right now is Greg Atkins. Andy Haywood is sixth. Seventh is Richard Tesseur. Eighth is Todd Stone in the 1. Ninth is Leon Gagne. Problems for Adam Bartamy. He was way off the racetrack. With the X, he's going to lose a couple of spots. The leaders are working off of turn number 2, and now they're in turn 3. Martin Roy, George Foley, and Patrick Dupree running 1, 2, and 3. If they were to finish in this position, Martin Roy would cut the 10-point deficit to 2. As Martin Roy leads, and Patrick Dupree, the point leader, right now runs in the third spot. 10 laps remain, this time by 10 laps to go for Martin Roy. Roy out of Naperville, Quebec, looking for his third win of the season. George Foley hanging on to second, but pressing him is Patrick Dupree. Dupree just turned the fastest lap of the race, a 16.466. As he tries to chase down George Foley. That lap was 0.3 of a second slower, but now it's Roy who is turning a lap under 16.5 seconds, a 16.478. Martin Roy working up on some slower cars that are running at the back of the pack. Roy is the leader. Foley is second. Dupree runs third. Fourth, Andy Haywood in the 80, having trouble working past some slower machines. Fifth is Greg Atkins. Sixth is Richard Tesseur. Todd Stone runs seventh. Here comes Stone, diving down to the inside. Good battle for that sixth spot, but the yellow flag is out. Richard Tesseur is seventh in the 49. Leon Gagne is eighth. Ninth is Matt Woodruff, and 10th is Maxim Vian. Here they come. They're already racing at the back of the pack, but out front, green flag. George Foley. Not a good start for George Foley in the 34. Todd Ormsby way down to the infield as everybody flies past. Foley was off the pace. He lost the back bumper of Martin Roy. He's checking out. And I think Foley may perhaps have tire trouble. That 34's right rear tire going down. You can see he's almost dragging the back bumper. Patrick Dupree running now second. So that would even reduce further the lost points. Now it would just be a 4-point loss tonight for Dupree to Martin Roy in the point standings. But Foley is going to try to bring her home, and that number 34 running third. Andy Haywood, though, has quickly chased him down. And Todd Stone is into the top 5 in a 1X. 5 laps to go this time for Martin Roy. 5 to go. Dupree solid in second. Andy Haywood to the outside of George Foley. Haywood with one of his best performances of the season. Running in the third spot, gets around Foley to the outside, Foley back to fourth. Fifth is Todd Stone in the 1X, sixth is Richard Tesseur. Seventh, Aaron Bartamy all the way up to seventh in the B3. Remember, he got sent to the back after he parked it up atop turn number 2 very early in the feature. Bartamy is seventh, Leon Gagne is eighth in the 4, ninth is Matt Woodruff, and 10th is Greg Atkins. Popsicle sticks are out for the next trip past for Martin Roy, who is on the backstretch, and he is cruising. Martin Roy with a comfortable lead. It is almost a dozen car lengths over Patrick Dupree in the number 24. 2 to go for Martin Roy. Half the front stretch for Roy over Dupree. Andy Haywood running third in the number 80. Top 3 not challenged. Todd Stone has moved to the fourth spot. Here comes Richard Tesseur trying to take fifth away from George Foley as Foley continues to fall back through the field with the white flag on the field. 1 lap to go for Martin Roy. Half a track separates him from his third win of 2009. He'll race up upon some slower cars. I don't think he even has to press around them. Here he comes off turn 4. Checkered flag for Martin Roy. Third win of the year. Dupree is second. Racing to third, Andy Haywood. Fourth, Todd Stone. Fifth to Richard Tesseur. Sixth, Aaron Bartamy. Seventh, George Foley. Eighth, Leon Gagne. Ninth, Matt Woodruff. 10th, Maxim Vian in the number 25.
But the third win of the year for the driver from Naperville, Quebec. How about a nice round of applause for Martin Roy, who gets his third win of the season, and as he always does, goes on top of the roof to celebrate.
Let me get this hat on.
Hi, good, how are you?
We'll get a word with Martin in just a second. The car still wants to race towards turn number 1. All right, Martin. Congratulations, win number 3 of 2009. Some fast cars. And I think you realized early, a lot of other fast cars in the middle of the pack. You wanted to get in front of them so that you could get to the front first.
Yes, I'm very happy tonight, but because tonight before is bad for me, and I'm very, very happy tonight to win this race.
Well, you won the first 2 races of the season, a little dry spell, but tonight, win number 3, it must feel very good.
Yes, very, very good.
Well, congratulations. Second in the points now. That guy over there in the 24 has been very fast.
Yes, it's hot.
Well, congratulations again. Nice job, 3rd win.
Thank you.
All right, that's Martin.
Bobby Levere, we just got word, is going to be driving the 13 car in this main event for the Mini Modifieds. Field picks it up. Here they come off turn 4. Green! Fly is out. It's a good even start up front. McCormick in the 17 and Bishaw in the 36 race side by side up the backstretch into turn 3. Justin Donor looking to the far outside of the 1. He looks to gain ground as they are taking it 3 wide off turn 4. McCormick leads the way, but they are stacking it up behind him in a battle for the number 2 spot. Riel on the inside. In the middle, it's Bishaw. Right there is Chris Levere in the 4, as is the 10 of Brissett and the 1 of Donor. They're almost 4 wide coming off turn 4. Jeff McCormick continues to lead the way in the 17. The 70 of Curtis LaGrave headed back to the garage area, as is the 93 of Eli Bishaw. Good battle up front. Riel on the inside. McCormick on the outside. They are side by side. Look out! McCormick 17 into the wall. Contact from behind sent him spinning. Martin 77. Heavy contact on the SS Minnow. Red flag is out. Donor on the inside in the 1. Chris LeVere on the outside in the 4. Twaits in the 69, Riel in the 2. Here they come off turn 4, back to the green. Donor drifts high off turn 2, opening up the door on the inside for the 69. Twaits trying to move through. We got Demore off in the bunker in the 86 car. Look out, LeVere and the 69 get together. Then Speedy gets a part of this piece of the 69 car. Looks like everybody's managing to sneak by, but the Twaits 69 is off the pace. There was contact between the 4 and the 69. And Bill Twaits 69 certainly took the worst end of that. Rick Donor's 95 now moving into the 3rd spot as Speedy Brissett 03 runs 4th. Steven Brissett in the 10 now running 5th. Dusty D from the Mighty Key in that 12 car has taken over the 6th spot. Eric Riel right alongside. They will battle out. Then Bobby LeVere runs 8th in the 13. Dustin Chris is 9th. And Bill Twaits has moved back up. He's into the 10th spot. 5 to go this time by for Justin Donor. Looking for win number 3 on the season. Chris LeVere is 2nd. Rick Donor looking for a way by on the inside. The 4 car a little bit high coming off turn 3. Donor's got room on the inside. They are side by side at the stripe for the number 2 spot. Captain Thunder on the inside is going to take 2nd. Chris LeVere is number 4, back to the 3rd spot. Then the battle heats up now for 4th. Steven Brissett on the inside of the 03 of Speedy Brissett. Can anyone run down Justin Donor? Well, it's going to be up to Rick Donor to do it because it's going to be just 2 to go next time by.
If anybody could do it, it's Rick Donor.
The 69 of Twaits is off the pace now. Heading slowly into turn 1. Will he be able to limp his way into the infield or back to the garage area? His left front tire is flat.
Shredded.
Flat tire on the 69. 2 to go. Rick Donor looking at the inside, coming off turn 2. Justin Donor still has a car length advantage, and he's got the momentum on the outside. But here comes the captain on the inside. They're going to be coming off turn 4 to get the white flag. 1 to go, and they're even at the stripe. Justin Donor on the outside. Rick Donor on the inside. Both drivers looking for their 3rd victories of the season. Who will get it? Or will something happen and Chris LeVere sneak in? Side by side, here they come. Rick Donor may get picked by the slower car. Down the stretch they come. Donor on the inside by a nose. Justin Donor will finish 2nd. Chris LeVere gets 3rd. Steven Brissett 4th. And Speedy Brissett gets the 5th spot. Excellent finish.
That was good.
The Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds as the Donors battle it out to the checkered flag. All right, let's throw it downstairs. Rob Knowles standing by to talk with Rick Donor. He's about ready to hop out of the 95. Nice round of applause for Steve Brissett, who gets his number 10 car home in the 3rd spot tonight. Justin Donor gets the win in the 1. Rick Donor's out of the 95, headed over to Rob. Take it away.
It's only 9:20. All right, come on over, Rick Donor. Third win of the year for Rick Donor, and you were able to close pretty quickly. Justin running out front, and then with about 3 to go, you moved into the 2nd position. You closed the deficit real fast. You went from about 10 car lengths down to 1 or 2. And Rick said, I think at the time, if anybody can close the gap, it's you, and you were able to do it.
It was my nephew up front, and I didn't know what. I seen that car in front. I said, "Oh no."
Well, it looked like your car was really hooked down on the inside. Justin on the outside, a lot of times we'll see them really get the run off the top of the racetrack, but your car was really fast on the inside.
Well, he was sliding a little more than I was in the corner, so I knew I could get him on the inside. Usually I can't.
So maybe it was a case of one going away a little bit down the stretch and your car staying strong.
Yes.
All right, congratulations. 3rd win of the year for you.
Thank you. I want to thank Gordon Doyle. Thanks.
All right, Rick Donor with his third win of the season. Getting
with Cody Kilburn in car number 32 setting the pace. And now here they come on the hammer into turn number 4. Down the front stretch, green flag. Keith Pelkey on the outside of row number 1. Cody Kilburn on the inside as they run side by side off turn 2. As if they're taking the green flag, they are even in row number 1 into the third turn. Even in row number 2 as well. Going into turn number 4 as they race for the third spot. Off turn number 4, leader of lap 1 is Cody Kilburn in the number 32. Keith Pelkey is not going away though in that number 24. He is hanging right with him on the outside. Robert Gordon, the H2O, and Dave Rabtoy in the number 21 are also there. Rabtoy working to the outside of Robert Gordon. Lonnie Rivers in line right behind him. And again, it looks like they're coming to take the green flag. They've been side by side now for a couple of laps, right on back through the field. Cody Kilburn, Keith Pelkey, Robert Gordon, Dave Rabtoy, Jason Sawyer falling back a little bit. Lonnie Rivers in the number 7 on the move, as is Dave Rabtoy in the 21. Here's Pelkey with the nose out in front for the lead. Running into turn number 4 from the outside, Keith Pelkey in car number 24 down the front stretch. He is the new race leader. Pelkey takes the lead on the outside. Cody Kilburn running in that second spot. The H2O and the 21, they have run door to door for since the start of the event. And right now, Dave Rabtoy in the 21 goes to the outside of Cody Kilburn, trying to move up to that second spot. Keith Pelkey is the race leader in car number 24 as he leads by a car length. Cody Kilburn drifts up the track right in front of the progress of the 21 of Dave Rabtoy. Rabtoy, though, did not have to get on the binders. There was room there for Kilburn to do that. And now he will continue off turn 2, working on the top of the racetrack. Robert Gordon, the H2O, still trying to come through. They continue to run side by side for that third position. Robert Gordon and Dave Rabtoy in car number 21. Behind them, it's just a lot of side-by-side racing. Lonnie Rivers is one of 3 cars in the top 12 that is not running side-by-side. The other 2 would be the cars in first and second. Everybody else in the top 12 is running side-by-side except for first, second, and fifth. Actually, in the top 14. The top 14 cars run side by side, and now Rabtoy has cleared Robert Gordon solid for third. Lonnie Rivers trying to go with him on the outside. Rivers has Nick Haywood. Oh, look out, there goes Lance Rabtoy spinning in the 11. Kenny St. Germain with a great move to just miss the 11 of Rabtoy, and that is going to bring out a yellow flag. The yellow is running in the top 10, ready to go again. Here they come, off turn number 4, green flag. Three wide in turn number 2. Robert Gordon's in the middle, Lonnie Rivers down the inside, Nick Haywood looking to go on the outside. He works the rim, trying to get the 4th from the outside. 3 wide continues into turn number 4. Rivers still the inside, Gordon still the middle. Haywood still right up by the wall on the front stretch. They continue 3 wide around the racetrack. Robert Gordon hanging onto it in the middle. There is no room between those 3 automobiles. Now Haywood goes right up to the top of the racetrack off turn 2 and down the backstretch. They continue to run 3 wide. An entire lap around the racetrack, 3 wide. Look out, Rivers going up to the wall. Haywood's in the wall. 4 cars in the wall up at turn number 4. A recipe for disaster. Lonnie Rivers' car continued up the track, and with when you're running 3 wide, there's no place to go for those other automobiles. Nick Haywood's car is toast. Sitting up the border. Trucks here at Airborne on August the 1st. No Sportsman that night. They'll be down in New Hampshire. All right, ready to go again. 8 to go. Green flag. Dave Raptoy takes the lead into turn number 1. Keith Pell. Oh, look how we got troubles. Kevin Booten in the 25. He drifted up the track. Cody Kilburn in the 32 had no place to go. He's going to try to keep her rolling. The 25, he's got major problems. And out front, Dave Raptoy, the 21. Keith Pelkey in the 24. Mike Terry up to third in the 65. Joe Warren in the 13 running in the 4th spot. Keith O'Neill running now in the top 5 for the first time. He is 5th. Kenny St. Germain is 6th. Little Joe is 7th. Kevin Booten is trying to nurse her home. Boy, this would be a tough night for just about every team in the top 5. Lonnie Rivers still stands to be the major point gainer in his number 7. Dave Raptoy running out front. He's going to have to deal with Cody Kilburn's number 32. Kilburn, another guy, no place to go in that incident. Booten, something must have broken in the 25 as slow as he is going around the racetrack after running in the top 3. That car just bouncing around on him. It looks like a Spalding basketball bouncing around the racetrack in that 25. And now 32 of Kilburn goes around the 25 of Booten. The leader, Dave Raptoy, in the 21. Mike Terry has gone to second in the number 65. He's looking for his second win of the racing season. Keith Pelkey running in that 3rd spot. Joe Warren is running 4th. Keith O'Neill is in the 5th position. Weasel's got the black flag in hand, and he's showing it to Booten in the 25. Booten was just going to try to nurse it home and limp it in for a finish. Oh, Keith Pelkey off the pace. He's headed back to the garage as well. That time Booten could not get back to the garage area. So Mike Terry running in that second. Oh, we got a pile up over in turn 3. 3 cars involved. The 28 of Sawyer, the 46 of Joe Daniels, the H2O of Robert Gordon. And the yellow flag is back out in the Renegade feature event tonight. Raptoy in the 21 and Mike Terry in the 65 will bring him down to the stripe off turn number 4. Green flag. Mike Terry getting a good run from the outside. They're even into turn number 2. Let's see if Mike Terry can press the issue. Look at Lonnie Rivers coming through the middle. Lonnie Rivers trying to get into the top 3, but the battle is on for the lead. Mike Terry works the outside. Dave Raptoy down on the inside. Drag race down to the stripe with the popsicle sticks out. There's 2 laps to go, and Mike Terry had the lead at the stripe. Mike Terry had the lead coming down the front stretch. Now into turn number 2. He surges off the top of the racetrack. Mike Terry taking the lead solid down the backstretch into turn number 3. Dave Raptoy coming back after him on the inside. They're even into turn number 4. Down the front stretch they come. White flag is out. Again, Mike Terry had the lead by about 2 feet. They race even into turn 2. Dave Raptoy had the nose. Now Terry comes back after him again on the outside. Raptoy gets a good run down the backstretch though. Has him in sight. They're almost even into turn number 4. It's going to be a drag race for the win. Here they come off turn number 4. Both on the throttle. Down to the stripe. It looks like Mike Terry on the outside by about 4 inches. Well, a race that had all kinds of incidents and actions and breakdowns and problems ends up in a photo finish at the stripe, and it looked like Mike Terry on the outside by inches.
All right, Rick, we'll get a word with Mike Terry in just a second as he wins by about, a half foot. 6 inches is all he needed tonight to get across the start-finish line first. He picked up his second win of the racing season. Dave Raptoy just barely inched out at the line with his number 21. He was looking for his first win of the year, but not tonight, as he ends up in the second spot. Well, I didn't set it there. I'm multi-talented. Yeah. And Lonnie Rivers, a solid recovery for Lonnie as he ends up in the 3rd spot with the number 7 after charging from the back of the pack. All right, Mike Terry's out of his car. Have a nice round of applause for Mike as he gets his second win. Come on over, Mike Terry. Here is Mike Terry. It's about a half a foot That was the difference tonight. Side by side for the final 2 laps. Really, since the restart with 3 to go, it was side by side the final 3.
Boy, it was wild. Oh, is that awesome. Awesome.
Well, there was a lot of stuff happening out there tonight, including some major pileups. One happened pretty close to you early in the race. 3 cars ended up there in the turn 4 wall.
Yeah, when stuff like that happens, you just don't know what to do. I mean, you just hang on and you're going for a ride.
Well, you were able to hang on, actually drive past all of the mishaps, and later in the race you found yourself really in a safe spot up near the front.
Yeah, that's the best place to be.
It always is, isn't it? Well, tonight, the half a foot for you gets you a second win of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike Terry with his second win. Dave.
Josh Leclerc in the 7, Josh Lavarnway in the 13. Pace the field, they pick it up. Coming off turn 4, green, flag is out. Lavarnway on the outside, Leclerc on the inside, is sideways going into turn 2. Nice job by Josh Leclerc to hold on to it, but he's going to lose 2 spots and fall back into the number 3 spot. Up front, it's Josh Lavarnway, your leader, and the Magnum 357, now into the number 2 spot. Leclerc 7, back to 3rd. Whitney in the 24 runs 4th. Josh Laporte on the move in the 45. He's now taking 5th and looks to take that 4th spot away from the Whitney 24. Collins is next in the 6th spot. Durvage runs 7th. The Grape Ape is 8th. Up front, the 13 of Josh Lavarnway, holding on to that 6 or 7 car length advantage over the Magnum 357. Here comes Laporte on the inside of the 7 of Leclerc. It's a good 3-car battle for that number 3 spot. As those cars now gain on the Magnum. Leclerc on the inside sticks his nose in front. Josh Leclerc will take 2nd. Seymour trying to battle right back on the outside. Josh Laporte's 45 right there in the 4th spot. Outside, it's the 24 of Whitney. Collins right there in the 22. Again, Leclerc is sideways and holds on. 4 wide action down the front stretch, but they get it into single file order into turn number 1. Josh Lavarnway has checked out. The battle for the number 2 spot. Seymour on the outside and Whitney on the inside. Leclerc now back to the 4th spot in the 7. Chad Collins runs 5th in the 22. He looks alongside the car of Josh Leclerc, and he'll take that 4th spot now. Josh Leclerc is back to 5th. Collins is going to move up 1 more spot as he pulls alongside the Seymour 357. They're 3 wide again in the corner. The 57 is sideways of Joyle. He kicks up the dirt, gets it back onto the racetrack, and holds on. Next time by, the Bombers will be halfway, and Josh Lavarnway is just checked out on this field. It's very rarely that we see a car dominate the Bomber division by this much. That's how good Josh Lavarnway has been tonight. Wade Whitney is 2nd in the 24. Chad Collins running 3rd in the 22. It's really a good battle for that number 4 spot between the 357 of Kurt Seymour, the 5 of Jason Blondo, with Josh Laporte 45. Josh Leclerc's right there in the 7, as is Josh Durvage in the 88. Rounding out the top 10 is the Grape Ape, Scott Richner, in the 21. Blondo's number 5 is now moved into the 4th spot as he starts to gain on the 22 of Collins, who runs 3rd. Collins now swings to the outside as they go into turn 1, trying to find a way by the 24 of Whitney. Those 3 cars in the battle for the number 2 spot have really got to stand on it if they want any chance of running down Josh Lavarnway. Right now, it will take a big mistake or mechanical problems on the part of the 13 for him to lose this one. 5 to go for the leader. And the battle is still on for that number 2 spot. Collins on the inside in the 22. Whitney in the 24. About a car length and a half back to Blondo, who runs fourth. And now Josh Laporte solidly in the fifth spot in that 45. And it's a three-car battle for sixth amongst the 88 of Duravage, the Seymour 357, and the Josh Leclerc 7. Josh Lavarnway in the 13 doing a good job of working his way around the lap cars as that battle continues behind him for the number 2 spot. Collins in the 22, Whitney in the 24, and now Blondo at the bottom of the racetrack pulls alongside Whitney. Jason Blondo's got 3 wins of the season in that number 5 car, but right now he's in a battle for the number 3 spot with Wade Whitney, number 24. 2 to go this time by for Josh Lavarnway, and he is maintaining his big lead. Chad Collins, number 22, has got about 4 car lengths on the 5 of Blondo. And then we come back to the Whitney 24 and the Laporte 45, who looks like he'll have to hold off the Duravage 88 with just 1 to go. Duravage right there closing in on the 45 car. But back up front, Josh Lavarnway on complete cruise control. Wins this one and wins it easy. Coming off turn 4, Josh Lavarnway is your winner in the 13. Second place will go to Chad Collins in the 22. Jason Blondo gets third. Fourth spot goes to the 24 of Wade Whitney. And the top 5 rounded out by the 45 of Josh Laporte.
All right, Rick, we'll get a word with Josh in just a second. First career win for Josh Lavarnway. Give him a nice round of applause. It's always cool when somebody wins for the first time, and it is his birthday tomorrow, right? I think you mentioned that, Rick. It's his birthday coming up tomorrow. Come on over here. Well, this is a good way to celebrate your birthday a little bit early, although it's your birthday in an hour and a half. Congratulations. Always cool to win for the first time, isn't it?
Yes, it's very cool. It's fun. I'd like to thank all my family. My dad, he builds great cars. He's helped me and my brother out. And this is the first time I've ever been at Victory Lane with my brother. I'm so happy. I don't know what else to say. The car ran great. Track was great. I got a good jump. No cautions. It was awesome.
And it's a family affair down here in Victory Lane with a guy behind you.
Oh, yes. It's a big family affair. That's my brother.
Well, congratulations on your first career victory. Nice job. Well deserved. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right. Josh Lavarnway gets his first win. Rick?
That will wrap up another Saturday night of short track racing from the Airborne Speedway. Rob, a lot of damaged race cars tonight.
Especially in the Renegade class, Rick, where I think under 15 cars actually finished the event. We had a lower car count tonight anyways for the Renegades, but a lot of attrition, a couple of big incidents, a couple of cars that will have a lot of drivers that will have a lot of work to do on their cars in that Renegade class, and also some major pile-ups in the mini modifieds as well. We saw a big wreck off of turn number 4. That turns 3 and 4 were the calamity corners tonight. At least especially in those 2 divisions.
We saw Randy Martin take a huge hit. That's as big a hit as he's going to take in any demolition derby he's in this year.
Yeah, the car on the front as well as on the back side of his number 77B. That car is going to be a mess. They've got a lot of work to do to get him back out here on the track if that car is salvageable.
Recapping the winners once again, Martin Roy gets the win in the modified division with Patrick Dupree finishing second. So Pat holds on to his point lead, although it's down to just 6 points.
Well, it's been a while for Martin Roy. He won the first 2 events at one point at a 40-point lead in the modified point standings. It was dwindled down to just a few points, and then Patrick Dupree took the point lead for the first time last week. Roy will cut into that point lead a little bit, but nonetheless, I'm sure that team is happy to find their way back to Victory Lane. Been a while.
Sportsman division, Jamie Begor gets his first of the year.
Well, that's a team that really dealt with a lot of adversity over the week. They blew their motor this past Sunday. They went and picked up another crate motor to drop into the car, certainly responded for them. First win of the year for one of the more popular drivers at the racetrack, Jamie Begor, is from Morris.
A couple of fantastic finishes in the main events. The first one coming in the mini modified main event where Rick Donor gets his third of the year, edging out his nephew Justin.
You could see the number 1 car was starting to go away. When Rick moved to second, he was 10 car lengths behind Justin Donor with only about 3 laps to go. But Rick was able to close very quickly, and with a white flag lap, it was still about a 2 car length advantage that Justin Donor held, but Rick was able to end up winning by about a half a car length, and that's his 3rd win of the year. He's probably going to be, if not right at the top of the point standings, certainly close the gap with Billy Twaits having problems with the 69. So he should close the gap by 30 points.
Another fantastic finish in the Renegade division. You mentioned the Rex earlier, but when it came down to the checkered flag, it was a great battle between Dave Raptoy and Mike Terry. Terry getting the win by just inches for his second win.
About a half a foot. Good side-by-side racing between those two drivers. We saw a lot of side-by-side racing that didn't always work tonight. We saw at one point 3 wide racing for 2 full laps. That ended up in disaster in turn number 4. But Mike Terry just avoided the wrecks through attrition, found himself sitting in the top 5. By the time the last restart occurred with only 3 to go, he was sitting in the second spot, used the outside line to his advantage, and was able to race to his second win.
Rarely do we see a blowout in the Bomber division. We saw one tonight.
Josh Lavarnway getting his first career win. Always great to see somebody get the first win of their racing career, and a lot of positive energy and emotion down in victory lane for that team.
Well, one thing left to do, that's pick our Watson Glass Driver of the Week. $25 from Watson Glass going to the winner. Rob, your selection.
Wow, Rick, there's a lot of good choices, perhaps. I'm going to go with Bigor only because of the adversity that they dealt with over the course of the week. As we said, they had a lot of trouble with the 100 lapper blowing a motor. Jamie was fast, really, from the get-go. They were able to dial that thing in practice, and I'll take Jamie Bigor for the Driver of the Week.
That team put a lot of hard work into getting that car ready for tonight. He gets my vote as Driver of the Week as well. Gene Gagne? Gene makes it unanimous. Jamie Bigor is the Watson Glass Driver of the Week. Thanks once again to Jim Watson from the Watson Glass Company in Milton, Vermont. Also thanks to Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable and Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com for their assistance in getting this program online and on the air. And thanks to our videographers from Outside Groove, Gene Gagne, Sam Zins, and Robbie Knowles. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Until next time, have a good week, everybody.